Guys, just staying on the topic of toxic people because, this is something that's very, very important and something that I know a lot perhaps um, suffer in silence with regards to people in your life that are just a little overpowering and that are just not the nicest people. And again, I'm being very kind here. Yeah. So I did a little research, although like I said, I put together this really amazing little booklet for you to grab to really begin your journey and begin to open your eyes to see a little bit about what's going on in your life and how you can make steps towards um, ridding yourself of this toxic person, or at least bringing some major awareness to this toxic person. So anyways, I wanted to talk about some do's and don'ts with regards to dealing with toxic people. But first of all, understanding that what actually is a toxic person. So a toxic person is somebody that is really self-absorbed or self-centered. They're very manipulative and use emotional abuse as a key to, really getting to you. They're dishonest and deceitful, and they have difficulty offering compassion to any kind of situation, not only just you, to others, to everybody around you. And they have a tendency to really create a lot of drama or conflict. I mean, they almost reside in that sphere, and everything is on the negative all the time. I know, I know. There are so many people out there like me that really strive to stay in the light, to stay in the positive. It is sometimes extremely hard, but we really have to learn to distance ourselves and just bring an awareness to these tendencies of other people around us that are always in the negative, always pushing things towards something that's bad, perceived or not, and always creating, like I said, that drama or conflict in their lives. Whether they do it consciously or unconsciously, this is something that they reside in, and they love to sit in it, and this is the comfort zone for them. Um, you and myself and others that really strive to stay in the light, to stay positive, to see the good. Uh, we have this awareness, and we can see this tendency in others very easily, and we like to not allow it to envelop us and bring us down, but at the same time bring awareness to what is going on and how to deal with it. So I'm looking at healthline.com, got a few tips about how to deal with the toxic people. First of all, you don't want to let them you don't want to get yourself drawn in. So dealing with someone's toxic behavior can be really exhausting. So, I mean, if you've ever gone out someplace and had to deal with some family function, or gone to workplace or wherever, and you come home and you're just extremely just drained. I used to be that way when I was working in the nursing home field as a nurse. Sometimes the toxicity levels from certain people, not everybody, but there were certain people that it would really, bring you down to a place that you just are so you could just barely dragging your ass. I mean, 8 hours of work shouldn't be that hard on the system, but I know a lot of times I would come home and I would be flat out on the couch. I couldn't make supper. I couldn't interact with my family. I couldn't, hang out with my kids. It really can affect you on a physical level. So really drawing, you know, allowing yourself to be drawn into their drama, and then, being exhausted as a result. So you really want to pay attention how these people actually make you feel. Sometimes they can become their toxic behavior affects you, can really navigate interactions with them as well. So you really want to understand that people's struggles don't excuse any kind of abuse that they are projecting upon you, and you don't have to accept it either. So, like I was saying earlier, you may feel, or they may be actually going through a lot of stuff, They may be hurting. They may be in a place in their lives that they're just trying to do the best that they can as well too, but it does not excuse their actions of emotional abuse upon you. So you want to maybe talk to them about your behavior. So if you see a little gap in the conversation, maybe you want to address the situation. And some examples of that would be, I feel uncomfortable when I hear unkind things about my coworkers. I won't participate in these conversations. So these people that are always complaining and bitching and going on and moaning and have nothing but bad things to say about people, but then in front of their faces they are all smiley and kind and cute. These are very toxic people. You could also say, I value and trust in friendship, so I can't continue this friendship if you lie to me again. So along that lines of, just addressing the simple fact that that they're lying, and you want to keep this friendship alive, but you need to have those boundaries. So you want to always try to put yourself first. So taking care of yourself involves making sure that you have enough emotional energy to meet your own needs. This may involve or may happen when you're giving everything to someone who doesn't offer anything in return. So always giving, 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 and nothing getting back all the time. Healthy relationships actually involve a give and take on both sides. So really understanding that if it's only that one-sided situation, pull yourself back or discuss it with the person, and allow them to um, address it with you openly like adults. Offer compassion, but don't try to fix them. So this is the other thing. A lot of people that take advantage of are fixers. They're healers. They're empathetic. They want to help these people get better, especially if it's somebody that we really love dearly. But we cannot change them. Understanding that you can address it openly, but then you have to step back and allow them to absorb your words and make that decision for themselves about whether they want to continue the way they want to, um, and allow whatever decision that they make to be with kindness and compassion for whatever journey that they happen to be on. But if it continues to be a very toxic situation, you definitely have to step back, pull yourself away, and allow yourself to um, be the light that you are. So again, taking that same scenario, but saying no and walking away. So, it's really hard to turn people down sometimes, but you have to for your own survival. So removing yourself from a situation can, be very, very hard. If you can't physically leave, you make it clear that you're no longer want to be involved in this discussion, or make it known to them that their words and their comments or whatever don't resonate, and you would like to stop that conversation, stop that situation, whatever you're in. And remember, it's not your fault. It's not your fault specifically. Toxic behavior can make you feel like you did something wrong, even though that you didn't. So it's really something that you have to understand, that it's not about you so much. You are the light, you are the positivity, you are the person that sees more, is aware, and would like to be um, that best person that you can be. Their behavior is not your fault, and no matter what they might say, or how they react, it has nothing to do with you. It is their issues. And if it really comes down to it, you may have to make yourself unavailable. So people that are very, very toxic, you can sense how manipulative they are, even to the point where they're gaslighting you. And this is a really neat new term that I actually learned just recently. But when they start screwing with your head and thinking that you are actually the person that is in the wrong, or the bad one, or the disruptive entity in the relationship, it is not you. And when they start doing that kind of stuff, it is time to just put up some boundaries and say, no, I have to step back from this. And you know, allow yourself that time to, and them, to see that you're serious about it. You say, sorry, I have too much work to do to chat right now, or I have to go prep for a meeting, so I can't talk, or distancing yourself from a relationship as well too. So taking time for yourself and them to allow some reflection. And again, this kind of goes hand in hand with limiting your time together as well too. So if your time together is very toxic and you are leaving the situation or leaving the relationship or leaving the communication feeling drained, uneasy, upset, that gut feeling that just doesn't want to go away. These are very good signs that perhaps this is kind of a relationship that you really have to step far away from. Doesn't mean that you can't stop, still love them, care for them deeply, but for you to continue on the path that you want to be on, you really definitely should be, stepping away. So, but if you can't step away, what are you going to do? I mean, you want to maybe start setting some boundaries, having an exit strategy in place. So, looking at for perhaps even just excuses to do other things when plans are being made together. Change your routine if you have to. Engage with others to get help. And this is where this little booklet that I put together is really going to be very helpful for you to get some strategies on how to get rid of or how to protect yourself in situations like that. You can get very personal and always remain calm. Always look at it from a compassionate situation and always understand that um, there's no judgment. You just are protecting yourself because you are the only one that can protect yourself. You are the only one that can do the things that you need to do to stay on top with your own mental health and and feeling the best that you can feel. Because so it's just that I say it's easy, but it's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, we can't, especially if somebody that's very, very close to you, a dear friend, somebody you've known for years and years and years, but just they haven't, um, they haven't grown over the years like you have, or your lives are certain, going in different directions. Uh, and you do notice all these negative things always coming up, the drama, the complaining, the bitching and whining and moaning and all these different things that just don't resonate with you any longer. I mean, maybe at one point in your life you might have been in that space, that head frame space, but it doesn't serve you any longer. So I just want to show you really quickly. This is the little booklet. It's an 11-page booklet, and it really gives you some really practical ideas on how to, things that we talked about just now, and how you can really interact with these people, distance yourself, and really put a lot of real-time energy into it. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm available for coaching to be able to help you through these situations. But if you think that, or if I notice that you may need some extra help, please reach out to local psychologist, Canadian Mental Health Association, um, your pastor, your spiritual guides, people that that you can confide in, and they will not, have that toxicity around them, that you can trust and feel comfortable and safe with, and and really work towards gathering your own strength and your own light and shining that for everybody around you. So take care, grab the guide, and we will talk soon. If you have any kind of personal issues that you want to discuss, please DM me. I am available. And like I said, if I'm not the right person to discuss this with, then definitely you can reach out and I will direct you to somebody else. Take care. Make sure you grab the guide below.